Alright, hello graphic design students. This is our first lesson together on Adobe Illustrator. We've been talking about the difference between vector and raster images or bitmap images, and today we're going to demonstrate a sample of that together. So the first thing you're going to want to do is download this file right here. The best way to do that is to right click with the mouse right where the down arrow is, say save link as, and you might get a window that pops up saying you can't save to this space. Just hit OK, and then come on down to your U drive. Remember, that's the one with your name on it. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and anytime I save an image, I just put it in my images folder or my pictures. So I'm going to double click that, convert to vector 2. You can keep that name, that'll be fine. Alright, now that we have it saved, it's time to open up Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you minimize your browser, you should see it on the desktop. I'm going to get mine from down here. It happens to be right there. If you don't see it, you can just start typing Illustrator. And we'll open this up. Alright, from here, we're going to start a new file. So up here in the top left-hand corner, I'm going to click on New File. And we'll just put it in. So over here on the right, let's change it to pixels. And we're going to do 300 for the width and 300 for the height. Everything else, I think we can keep the same. Okay, so now we have our artboard at 300 by 300, and we're going to bring in this image. The reason we didn't just open the file for the image is because it's a bitmap image or a raster image. So we have to import it. So I'm going to go File, Place. Alright, from here I'm going to locate my image. So remember, in the My Pictures folder is where we saved it. So let's take a look. There it is, convert to vector 2. And I'm going to hit Place. Now you can see I have the image right here on the cursor. I can actually click and drag a box, and that's how it's going to come in. Alright, so now we have our bitmap image in a vector program. If you notice, if you look close, you can see the edges are kind of pixelated. Maybe I can zoom this in even more. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, if you look now, you can see how it's made of little dots, and the bigger we make this picture, the worse it's going to look, especially along the edge here. You can really see the pixelated dots. Alright, let me undo that and get this back in frame. So this is how yours should look at this point. We want to use this top tool, our selection tool, so we can grab this and move around. And what we're going to do is convert this from a bitmap image or a raster image into a vector image. So over here on the right, I have my properties panel. Right here I can hit properties, and we have some options here down at the bottom, and we're going to use image trace, but don't just click image trace right away, because we have some options here and we want to decide what's going to be the best one for this. I say let's give 6 colors a try. Alright, now I'm going to click image trace. It's thinking about it. Hopefully nothing crashes. There we go. Now you can see a much different looking image now. It's simplified it into 6 different colors. At this point, I'm going to hit expand. And the whole image is there. But if I come over here and do this tool, which is called direct select, I can actually select certain parts of this image now, because it's created shapes based on the closest colors. So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo all that, because we don't actually want to take it apart. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my selection tool here and make sure this is selected so that we have everything, not just parts of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to recolor this leaf. So I'm going to come over here on the right hand side in my properties panel and hit recolor. Now you can play around with this. If If you start dragging these, you see they can't come together. So it keeps the colors analogous, meaning they're all similar colors. But we can quickly do some big changes too. If we come over here to Color Library, just go ahead and play with some of these and choose some. How about sweets? Okay, it automatically puts some interesting and different colors there. How about metal? Let's see what we get. Oh, not so great. Earth tone. And we can still play with these individually as well. Okay. We'll play around with it, get something that you like that's very different from before so that I can easily tell that you changed some things. Now, one way to make this unique, you can see, like we said before, this is grabbing all of them. Right here, link, unlink, harmony colors. So if we unlink that, now you can actually move around the individual colors in the leaf. So now we can get something maybe a little more extreme going on. Let's just try one more color scheme. How about celebration? There we go. Get some nice strong colors going on now. And we can totally just play around with this until you get something that you like. All right, I'm going to call this one done. If I hit recolor again, we can hide that panel. But now we've converted this from a bitmap to vector, like I said, and I want to show you how to convert it right back to a bitmap image. So we're going to take this. Normally, with an Illustrator file, you would do save, but since we're turning it back into a vector image or a bitmap image, we need to export it. So I'm going to go File, Export, and we'll choose Export As. And let's do JPEG. Okay, usually we use JPEG or PNG. The only difference really, PNG has transparent backgrounds, which can be handy. But for this assignment, we don't need it, so we'll just use JPEG. And this time I'm just going to call this leaf. All right, we'll export that. Right here, later we'll talk about CMYK and RGB, but we'll just leave it on CMYK right now. Medium is good for the quality, and we'll hit OK. All right, so that put that file into our drive. Now let's go take a look. All right, so here in my U drive, I found my file called leaf. I'm just going to double click on it, make sure it's correct. Yes, that's what we're looking for. I don't need to save anything. I'm just seeing how it looks. Another quick tip here is if you find it hard to find your files, especially if they're picture files, you might come up here to View and then choose this to say medium or large icons. So that way you can actually scroll through your images to find the one that you want. But let's get this turned into Canvas. Okay, now I'm at the assignment for Canvas. It's time to turn this image in. Very simple. We're going to hit Start Assignment, choose File. I'm going to go to my U drive, My Pictures, and we're going to find that leaf image. All right, I found the leaf image. Let's open it up. It's in here. Submit assignment. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure you complete it on your own and turn it in.